So Arsenal 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. We are still sat top of the league, Jez. Yet again, came out the traps so quick, man. 2 real quick early goals. Lovely bit of play from Jesus, Tomiyasu and Saka for the first one. And then the captain showed what he was doing last season with that left foot strike from outside the box bottom corner. After that, we're thinking, boy, this is going to be another 6. And then it's just a catalogue of missed opportunities, missed chances, and not really killing them off. And as we've seen, we're very long in the tooth, Jez. We have seen many, many games at 2-0 spin on their head real quick. And first hand, we see it against Fulham earlier in the season. And then despite how good we were, despite how poor they were, and how controlled we were in our performance, all of a sudden, we give them a goal. And now it's backs to the wall. Tomiyasu then goes off injured. Hopefully he's all right. And yeah, in the end, we were kind of hanging on. And if you look at the scoreline and you didn't watch the game, you think, oh, yeah, let's scrape through that one. But the reality was it could have been 7 missed opportunities, Jez. Very quickly before we get into that, make sure you do sub to Jez's channel, Arsenal History and More. It'll be in the title. But what did you make of the starting 11? Obviously, 29 back-to-back goals dropped. Trossard was in. And then what did you make of the performance, mate?
Well, I thought it was a great starting lineup. When I saw that, I thought, oh, wow, yeah, okay, we're going for this today. And we did. We came out with such intensity, bit like Lee we did last season, at the start of last season. We get in quick and we take teams apart. And we did again today. It was great to watch. I sat here for the first 15, 20 minutes thinking, here we go. We're going to absolutely take Wolverhampton Wanderers apart. Yeah, it is fantastic to watch. I mean, it was reminiscent, dare I say, of the iconic football we used to play back in 2003, 2004. Yeah, those boys behind you. It was slick passing, one touch, here, there, bang, goal. Here, there, slicking about, goal. But that's brilliant. I love it. I love it. I love it. But then all of a sudden we seem to slacken off. When we got to about the 40th minute, it seemed that, I mean, David Raya had done nothing. He hadn't touched the ball. He must have been freezing his nuts off. It's like 0 degrees in London today. He must have been stood there thinking, I've got nothing to do. You know, he must be, I didn't see him, but he must have been jogging around that penalty box to keep warm, right? Why is it, Lee, that we go in mad for 20 minutes, kill someone, 2-0, great football, and then just sit back? And a slack. We came out at half time, right? And we just were like lackluster. We weren't doing what we're doing in the first half. And I don't get that.
Do you put that down to an arrogance, or like it was just like, obviously we've got 8 games this month. That was the first of the 8, yeah. Like the only one we could probably rest the first team for is PSV. But we've got Villa, we've got Brighton, we've got Liverpool, big games. But do you think that it's like, oh, well, this is too easy? Yeah, we're so good defensively. We're best defense in the league. We're 2-0 up. We're at home. Let's just kind of plod our way through with, like, not with an arrogance, but with a controlled arrogance, because we were still creating. But do you think it was arrogance, or do you just think it was just like, well, whatever, we've won the game? Like,
I think it's a bit of both. I think it is a bit of the arrogance in that, but a bit of a deluded arrogance in their think of this mindset. We're actually better than we really are. And the fact that when you go 2-0 up in the first 15 odd minutes, 20 minutes, that is when you kill teams off. That is when you say, right, we step it up another gear, we go 3-0 up, we kill the game, they're fed up, they're dead, they're in the water, now we go again. We don't seem to do that. I mean, we did it last season, didn't we? Again and again and again. We did it at Anfield, 2-0 up at Anfield, right? And I don't want to repeat myself, but the fact was we cocked it up there, and today we got away with it. We were 2-0 up. Second half, we was mucking about. I mean, we just lost concentration in too many areas of the park, and they scored a great goal. It was a good goal. You can't deny it.
Great finish.
But
up until that point, like that was what 84th minute.
Like that, you don't win leagues playing like that.
I said this to Kenny. I said if that was Man City, they would have won 6 or 7 today.
Yeah.
And there was a chance where Saka should have squared it to Eddie. Martin Odegaard, I thought, was really good today. Put it on a plate for Eddie. You got to take that chance, mate. You're not in the team every week. You want to be in the team every week. We got to bury it. Yeah, Jesus missing 3 chances today. You know, like we missed some good chances today, and it was like on another day we win that comfortably, but we didn't take our chances, and it wasn't like, yes, we were still creating, but there was no real urgency to go and get the third. It was, well, if we get the third, we get the third kind of thing. Yes, we were trying. Yeah, obviously we're trying to score, but it was, oh well, it don't matter. It's only Wolves. Yeah, and that we've seen that against Forest. Yeah, we see it against Palace. They very nearly come back. We've seen it against Fulham. They did come back. We've seen it in other games over this regime. And it was a very good game to watch in the first half, but it's like, I know they don't want to burn themselves out. Like I said, we've got a lot of games and it's cold. Yeah, your muscles are going to tighten up. We've lost Tommy to injury by the looks of it. We don't want to have players dropping on the floor, yeah, by going too hard in games that are very easy. But at the same time, you have to go 3-0 up. 2-0 is a dodgy scoreline, man. It's like a 1-0. Yeah, 1-0 and 2-0 are the same thing. Soon, like, how many times do you see a team go 1-0 up, chilling, and then all of a sudden they bang, bang, you lose 2-1. Teams go 2-0 up, goal comes back, all of a sudden that's 2-2. Yeah, and it's like, today, yeah, Arteta must be fuming. And the player that I've probably side with the most is probably the goalkeeper. He must be fuming he's conceded a goal today. Yeah, because he was flawless. He didn't do anything wrong. When he came running out of goal, yeah, when Zinchenko and Magalhaes just let the ball run, yeah, on another day, he comes charging out. He doesn't stop charging. He's a straight red, and all of a sudden we're in the mud. Instead, he held his run a little bit, checked, and made Cunha doubt himself. Bang. But it was almost like it was too easy, that game, and they decided it was too easy. And then that lax from Zinchenko. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, now they're on it. But again, that coincided with Tommy coming off. As soon as Tommy come off, they thought, right, let's have a go. And they're a good team. Yeah, they're missing their best 3 players, Lamina, Gomez, and Neto. Yeah, but for 84 minutes, Jez, that game was one of the most comfortable games of football you'll ever watch. Yeah, and on another day, we don't win that game, despite all of the chances we have. But then yet on another day, we're 6-0 up, like we was on Wednesday. And after the 2-0, maybe that's why we're a little bit disappointed, because we were 6-0. Yeah, and it was like, we've come out quick, 2 goals in 15 minutes. Now go and get 6 again, because they're there for 6.
They were there for the taking. And what I thought was a problem is we tend to do this way too often, is we go with intensity, and it was brilliant football to watch. Second half, it wasn't. It was okay. We were getting away with it, but we sat back and we just didn't have the intensity. I have to question his tactics on that, in the fact that he should be sitting there as the coach, manager, whatever you want to call him, saying, right, half time, here we are, go for the throat now. Go and cut their bloody throats. Kill them. You know,
just finish them off, go for the jugular.
Yeah, be nasty bastards and kill them off. Pot them to the sword, because that is what Arsenal were when, dare I say it, back in the day, 2003, 4, 5. That's what Arsenal used to do. They wouldn't go 2-0 up in the first half and then come out and sit back and just wait for that team to come on you. They'd kill them.
Embarrass them.
Those boys behind you would kill you. And this is what I question about Mikel Arteta's ability to actually win the top flight, because I don't think he's got it about him. I don't think he's got it to the point where he can actually guide the team to say, right, you go out there second half, you fucking kill them.
Yeah.
Because that's what he should be in the change room. He should be in their faces and say, right, you get out there.
Obviously, sorry to cut you off. Obviously, we're not privy to what he said at half time, but it was almost like, don't worry, guys. We've got this, guys. Let's just fucking go, guys. Don't get any injuries, guys. Don't do anything silly, guys. Yeah, we maneuver through the game, guys. Another game on Tuesday, guys. Yeah. Like, I get it's cold, but it's cold for both teams. Yeah. Right. So people that can use, oh, it's cold and this and that, whatever. Yeah. The fact is, they're professional athletes, they're professional footballers. And we created 7 or 8 real good opportunities despite the 2 goals we scored. Yeah. That is where we need to be more clinical. Saka should have squared it to Eddie. And Kenny said it to me. If that's Haaland, he's squaring it to Alvarez. If that's Alvarez, he's squaring it to Haaland. Yeah. If that was Man City today, I know they lost to Wolves before any clever dick comes in the comments. They lost at home to Wolves as well. But if Wolves played Man City today in that style, exactly that today, 2-0 up, bang, they go and win that 5. Yeah. And then they chill. Yeah. I like the fact that Jesus was in the right positions today. Yeah. And he was getting in the positions, but he's got to do more, man. Yeah, he's got to do more. You're leading the line.
He can't keep falling down. He spends more time on his arse, that guy, right, than he does on his legs. He's got to stand up and be a lot more physical. He's a great player. He's a great number 9. I won't deny it. But he just falls over way too easy, way too quick. And, you know, if Arsenal Football Club want to achieve greatness like we used to, this man's got to man up, because at the end of the day, he's not. He is physically strong, but he just falls on his arse lead too many times. That frustrates me.
Yeah, he's got an opportunity there to do something that no other forward at Arsenal has done for 20 years. And it's like, I don't know whether he's saving himself. I don't know whether he's low on confidence. I don't know what it is, but it's almost like he's feeling sorry for himself. But listen, make sure you sub to Jez's channel, Arsenal History and More. We are going to do player ratings very shortly, people. I will be doing a watch-along from Manchester United away to Newcastle. I'm currently sat here watching Real Madrid first half masterclass. It is only 1-0, about to come out second half. Yeah, man, we'll be back for player ratings, and then I'll be back for a watch-along for Manchester United away to Newcastle. The banter along. At least we got our 3 points. Let's see what they can do. We're out. Later.